Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I am here again with updated news about things happening around the country. US court ordered the release of Tinubu'S confidential investigation files, and this has caused a lot of questioning in the hearts of people. Now, some are actually happy, thinking that okay, this will actually bring and expose some of the things that our president has done in the past. While we have some other people who believe that this must actually be a blackmailing to our president or blackmailing to the nation from US. Feel free to watch this video to the very end and also drop your comments in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel if this is your first time watching my videos.
All right, so the trending news that seems to be getting a lot of youths excited has been trending since yesterday. It says US court has ruled that FBI and anti-drug agency should no longer withhold information regarding Tinubu'S drug-related investigation and ordered its release. Reasons, other details are in the comments. Now, a lot of people are happy about this, but you people are not thinking outside the box, and I don't know why you are excited. First of all, if the US wants to release Tinubu drug cases, they will not tell you. They will just release it. Unless, if Tinubu is currently being blackmailed, think about it. If they want to release this information, they will release it. Secondly, why is it now that they are planning to release it? During the election and during when the whole quest for looking for evidence that Tinubu actually dealt in drugs, back then, they refused to release it. Why now? Like I said, more than they fear the Westerners. If you don't learn anything, more than learn from what happened to Goodluck Jonathan and Barack Obama. Go back, go and look for the video. If you didn't learn anything, learn from that one. Tinubu can be very bad, but understand that the Westerners, they don't want it good. They don't want your good. So they just want to release it now because of what? What is their reason for doing it? You think about it. Unless if maybe they try blackmail Tinubu to get something from us. Maybe Tinubu never concur. So they won't cause chaos. Or they want to cause a problem for him. It is the game. They don't like you that much for them to give you something. You people are a joke, a lot of you in this country. The youth, sometimes you people need to pay attention to how these Westerners work. They just won't wake up, say, okay, yes, Nigerians, it's time for you people to have the evidence that Tinubu actually deal in drug. I mean, I'm curious to know which pattern Tinubu use and the type of drug where he sell. Whether na Refnor, Tramadol, codeine, nicotine, what do they call the other one? Narcotics, cocaine. I'm curious. And the pattern where they sell, whether I carry out for head, they hawk out like tomato and pepper, or whether, the chains of the people. I am really curious to know. But then again, I'm gonna bet the US no go still release anything. It is a game. It is a game, so don't get overly excited. That's number one. Number two, at this junction, if they release an evidence that Tinubu actually dealt in drugs, what next? Will you remove him as the president? I'm curious. Curious. Should they go remove Tinubu now as president immediately? Or maybe they plan to use that one for next election. Well, now don't forget, because I know now. Now, if you stay on something for long, next thing now forget 2027 now, a few people go bring them up, or don't pay a large majority of some people for them to stay. It is a game. Don't get so excited about these people. We are talking about the West. The West don't want your progress. They can't do anything for you. They can't favor you. Don't deceive yourself. They don't like you rich. They know the West don't like you rich. So now, back to the question. Sit down and ask yourself, why are they doing it? And why did they not release it? Why are they saying they want to? The US, if they want to release it, you would just meet it online. You meet it online. What is all these shenanigans for? Think. And Nigerian youth, we need to understand. Else we might learn, and we might learn the hard way. These people, Tinubu might be a demon, but these people, fear them. Fear them. Fear them. Especially Americans, fear them. If not, you're going to learn, and you will learn the hard way. Don't play.
Social media is again agog with news featuring from the United States that a U.S. District Court of Columbia has now mandated the FBI and the Drugs Enforcement Administration, DEA, to release Bola Ahmed Tinubu's 1992-1993 files to the public. You would recall that sometime in 2024, the FBI acknowledged that there were information in the archive about Bola Ahmed Tinubu's and his activity in the US, but they are constrained to releasing such information because it may be doing a lot of damage to his personality and for the fact that he's not a person of interest. But David Udeni, of course, you know David Udeni, the Nigerian investigative journalist, in collaboration with another transparency advocate, Aaron Greenspan, sued the FBI, the DEA, to court in the US, and in a significant judgment, the court has now mandated the FBI to release all files and all information they have about Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Of course, all of this battle started sometime in 2022 when David Udeni stumbled on information to meaning that Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in a significant narcotic investigation, did try to the word is forfeit. He forfeited to the American agencies because of his involvement in drugs related activities and other crimes. So ever since then, it's been one battle to another. Of course, what is now established beyond all reasonable doubt is that Bola Tinubu did have serious links with narcotics trafficking while in the US, and then forfeited several thousands of naira, even though his vuvuzelas in Nigeria have said that the money wasn't his and it was money's late. A lot of cock and bull stories that are on the airway. Now, someone said, I saw that in the comments, because, okay, I'll read an excerpt. Okay, before I even read, Parallel Facts is reporting all of this, and David has been on his X account releasing quite much happiness that at last, and this, according to him, is a final judgment that is unappealable. The FBI may now, of course, David sees the moment, looking for, okay, let me even say this at this moment. One of the reasons, someone said that this is not a big deal, we've heard that so much, but I think it's now established that Bola Tinubu had involvement in narcotics trafficking and drugs trafficking while in the US. It's also very established that he forfeited several thousands of US dollars just to evade going to court or evade being tried. Now, how is this significant? The truth is, I'm quite happy that we have gotten to this logical conclusion. While we wait for FBI files to be released, of course, it will take a while administratively, and all of them will be released. The beautiful thing is, in the future of this country, nobody, no human being would ever, no political party, no human being that has serious criminal attachment like this, history of crime, will be up in this country wanting to vie for a serious office as that of president. No political party, because this has brought embarrassment to the country, there's nothing to be embarrassed about the APC. So no political party will be proud enough to feed anybody of such criminal tendencies and history. And let me tell you why Nigerians should appreciate what David has done. I was reading through, I took my time to follow, because I'm on social media, the US assemblies, the US Congress issue with TikTok, and why during the last administration of Joe Biden, why it was almost, they all agreed that they should ban TikTok for several reasons. Again, significantly because of their links to China, right? In one of the very notes I read, and one of the points that the US Congress raised, they said that very young people, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 years old, of US nationality are on TikTok. And they are scared that with China being the mother, the mother parent of this company, they may be storing information, data, details of these guys in their archives, looking at all of the challenges, all of their issues, all of their secrets, and all of them. That in the future, this set of persons may likely now begin to hold very sensitive positions of authority in the US. The CIA, the FBI, the State Department, the Justice, and even the political offices, the governors and president. That if care is not taken, these China authorities that are keeping this information, that are storing the data, may start to use them to blackmail these people when they get into office, and that may not be good for the national security of America. Now, put that on one side. What that means is that, what it means invariably is that the US also saying that having data of people of interest, whether or not at a time they were important or not, is dangerous to the future of that country, because with time, those information will be used to blackmailing those persons. And if the US says that they are worried that China will do it against them, it means that the US may have been doing it against other countries. So imagine someone like Bola Tinubu, who has been involved in drugs trafficking all of his years in the US, and now he's sitting down, because all of the dramas that have happened since 2022 to date, they are quite unexplicable. Like David had to sue Bola Tinubu, and had FBI, the Department of Enforcement Administration, CIA, all of them involved, so that this information can be released, and whatever level of blackmail they are using to hold Nigeria down, whatever things we need to know while we are still where we are, can be released. And that is serious for me. And that is why we will never allow, so it's not something to commonize and say, so wait, maybe they should go for it. No, we will continue to look back at this thing, because it has serious national security issues. With all of the things we are seeing in this country, it's shocking. I was reading this morning, suddenly Boko Haram is back. They are now more effective than they used to be. They've been quiet for a while, but suddenly they are back. Banditry is back. Herdsmen, kidnapping is back. Obviously, we've got serious security challenge in this country. And unfortunately, the president said nothing. It gives a body language to say, do you know what's happening? Are you aware that is this something to be worried about? And if all of this information are kept and people are trying to manage information, we don't know where these guys are, even know the alignment they have entered, we need to be Sani Abacha, when terrorism passes 24 hours, then the government is involved. With all of the things happening, it means that the authorities need to be questioned. So it's okay not to like all of this. Somebody told me one time that it's embarrassing the country. I said, you can't tell me that. That me highlighting the news on the public is embarrassing the country. But the person that got to involve himself in this crime and now later wanted to become president of this country doesn't know he's embarrassing the country. So you can't be telling me to stop embarrassing the country when the person is there embarrassing the country and still sitting down, flying everywhere. So this is huge for me, and I'm taking this very personal. I've been following up this news, and I will continue to follow it. We must have this information enough that nobody with criminal tendency, with criminal history, that has been involved in crime to this point will wake up one day, because it is an Escobar, as in Pablo Escobar thinking to get into, and then you want to clean up a whole lot of mess because you've done all that. No, we can't continue to do that, and that's why we have all of the mess happening in this country, and we have to, something has to be done. So in a major legal victory, Nigerian investigative journalist David Udeyin has announced that a US district court has ruled in favor of releasing unredacted files related to Bola Tinubu's involvement in heroin trafficking during the 1990s. The ruling delivered by the US District Court for the District of Columbia compels the Drug Enforcement Administration (DEA) to hand over all non-exempt documents concerning Tinubu without any reductions. The decision followed the Prolonged Freedom of Information Act (FOIA) battle led by Udeyin and U.S. transparency advocate Aaron Greenspan, who sued federal agencies to obtain files linked to a narcotics investigation involving Tinubu. According to Udeyin, the DEA had argued that certain information was exempt from the release under FOIA, but the court rejected that position, ruling that the requested document must be released in full. Unredacted DEA files on Bola Tinubu's heroin trafficking investigation from the 1990s will be released. Udeyin wrote on X, formerly Twitter, describing the court directive as clear and unambiguous. He added that the ruling is final and removes any further room for argument or appeal from the agency. This decision comes after nearly 2 years after several denials and delays in obtaining the files, despite growing pressure from the Nigerians seeking transparency in Tinubu's past dealings. This judgment represents a significant milestone in the quest for accountability and transparency surrounding Nigerian political leadership. As the documents are expected to be made public soon, analysts predict that their content could carry serious political implications for Tinubu and may further ignite calls for integrity and scrutiny in Nigeria's democratic space. That's just it. At least that gives you the picture of what we are talking about. And like I said, we can't give room for all of this nonsense anymore. Nobody is seeking a saint or a perfect person, but at least there are certain things you get involved. My dad those days used to say there are things you cannot do. You can't join a secret cult and then tomorrow you say you want to become governor, you want to become president. That's how my father trained me. There were things he refused me from doing. He didn't even allow me to get involved in certain things. He said, no, you can't do that, because unfortunately, all of those things my father told me, I grew up to realizing that he was probably not aware. He was not aware that society has moved past that. They are not known criminals. They are ex-convict now brought out from prison and given political appointments. People with murder cases on their neck are being pardoned by governors and given several. One of them in Edo State was given contract by the ex governor. So all of this rubbish has to stop. Unfortunately, some of us have lived their life, and I can imagine people that have carefully lived their life for years don't want to get involved in crime, only for them to get to a point of they want to get involved and see that people that are challenging them are people that are criminals, non-criminals, criminals not just of small theft, international criminal, world crimes, as much as heroin and drugs as it were. It's painful, you know. Again, like I said, Vuvuzela, this is not enough. I'll continue to blow it even if you think that this is now old, archaic, or not necessary, we'll continue to blow it up until we realize as a society we cannot grow beyond the level of transparency, accountability, and responsibility of the people that vie for political offices. I'll catch you another time for now. Bye.